The RCMP have charged a Calgary man with child abduction after he allegedly tried to kidnap a 12-year-old boy. But there's a twist in this story because the police say the boy got into the man's car voluntarily as part of a catch-a-predator scheme that went pretty wrong. Sarah Glashan is here with more on this. So walk us through what happened here, Sarah.
Okay, so this story starts actually just outside of Calgary in the community of Airdrie, and it involves a group of children, maybe as many as 10 of them. And police said that they were online on the app Snapchat, and they had engaged in what police are describing as a catch-a-predator scheme. For those unfamiliar, but I think a lot of people might be familiar with this, it got popular more than 10 years ago in television shows. What you had in those cases were an adult posing as a child online, making certain promises, trying to lure another adult to a location in an attempt to expose them as a child predator. Like I say, though, in this case, we're not talking about an adult involved in this. We're talking about a group of children, among them a 12-year-old boy. And I'm going to let the RCMP pick up the story from there.
So these children actually started conversation with the accused on Snapchat and made arrangements to meet the suspect at a neighborhood here or an area in Airdrie. And unfortunately, it didn't go as planned.
What happened here is the 12-year-old boy did willingly get into the vehicle, but the reason that he did that, police say, it was for the purpose of others filming or getting a record of that happening. But then the car drove away. Police say that the 12-year-old was able to get out of the car, escape, they said, at a stoplight, then called 911. And police using a helicopter, then later, Natasha, were able to track this suspect to a location, a Calgary residence.
And what do we know at this stage about the suspect?
So we know that he's 37 years old. No identification released here. There's a publication ban on that. We know he's going to be in court tomorrow, and they will definitely, given the amount of attention this is getting, there will be a heavy reporter presence there, I'm sure. He's facing a number of charges, including abduction of a child, forcible confinement, sexual interference, flight from police, and then 3 counts as well of breaching court orders not to have contact with children under the age of 16.
Okay, so for some, this sort of worked. The police got their suspect, charges may be laid, but what are the police actually saying about the involvement of a group of children?
Yeah, well, they're using the term vigilante justice. Yeah. They're certainly not endorsing this kind of scheme, regardless of the age of those who would be involved. One, because it can be certainly dangerous, and two, because it can also backfire when it comes to prosecution. Here's what they said about that.
Any vigilante or catcher aspect is very hard to prosecute. It can be done, but it's very challenging. And at the worst case, they put themselves in dangerous positions. They put themselves in embarrassing positions. And if you're over 12, you may very well commit offenses. If you're talking about child sexual abuse material, and you're creating a story and a persona, you can commit the same offense you're trying to catch.
And you don't even have to go very far back to find examples of that in this country. It was in May in Calgary, March in Regina, 2 similar cases in which case arrests were made, but not of the target of this so-called scheme here, but rather of the individuals, Natasha, who were, making an attempt to catch a predator.
Okay, so interesting. Thanks so much, Sarah.